What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So we got a big heavyweight fight coming up October 9th. This is Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 3. This is the third fight between these two individuals. So it's been a lot that's transpired since the first fight. The first fight ended in a controversial draw. Some people felt like Tyson Fury cleanly outboxed Deontay Wilder and should have got the nod for the W. There are others who feel like Deontay Wilder deserved the draw, feeling they had him winning some rounds, and with the knockdowns, they felt like it was a draw, right? Then you got some individuals who felt like Tyson Fury had a long count. Second fight comes around, Tyson Fury stops Deontay Wilder, and then you got Deontay Wilder's side saying, hey, they feel like it was some cheating going on, it was some shady stuff going on behind the scenes. That has resulted in Mark Breland, Deontay Wilder's former trainer, being replaced by Malik Scott. Malik Scott is a former opponent of Deontay Wilder. He has stepped in as a trainer, and a lot of people have felt like, what can Malik Scott add to Deontay Wilder's arsenal? How can he improve Deontay Wilder in any kind of way? What will be so different about these training camps, or what will be the improvements from this training camp compared to the others? In my opinion, from seeing the training clips, and I know we can't tell a whole lot from training clips or whatever, right? But for what I'm seeing, he's already made a huge or profound impact on Deontay Wilder's training camp and his fight game, right? In the past, I've never seen Deontay Wilder focus on body shots. I've never seen him focus on mixing up his punches, right? I've never seen him, I've seen him jump rope once before, but he's jumping rope now. He's just mixing up his attack. And I'm looking like, that's what he needs. That is really what he needs to do. To defeat a guy like Tyson Fury, you can't headhunt all night. And I know, me being a huge Deontay Wilder fan, I knew that Deontay Wilder, he relied on that heavily. He became reliant on it as if like, you know what? This right hand gonna land no matter what. So I'm gonna keep throwing it, He's gonna get lazy or he's gonna get fatigued and it's gonna land. And that's worked for him majority of all the fights that he's been in. But with a guy that's as slick as Tyson Fury, that got great head movement like he's a welterweight champion. He's almost 300 pounds, 6'9". But I mean, the dude he's responsible defensively, got great counterpunching abilities, just a great boxer in general. My opinion, me being a huge Deontay Wilder fan, I knew Deontay was a warrior, right? He wasn't so much of a guy to put on a boxing clinic. He's going to give you exciting fights and be a warrior. And that was something that I always enjoyed from Deontay. Deontay was going to put his heart on the line every single time. You know what I'm saying? Go for the gusto and try to get dudes up out of there swinging with bad intentions, right? But now I think he's going to be swinging with bad intentions. Malik Scott is trying to get him to swing with bad intentions responsibly. And that's something that needed to be added to Deontay Wilder's camp. Right? I think Malik has tried to focus on showing Deontay how to break a guy down systematically, to where when you land that shot, it's gonna land and it's gonna hit, boom, and he's gonna get the biggest effect, the biggest pop out of it, right? You gotta mix up your attack fighting a guy like Tyson Fury. Also, you have to learn how to fight going backwards. I think when Tyson Fury went to the Kronk Gym, he learned that Deontay had trouble fighting backwards, and he came and took the fight right to Deontay, and that's what Deontay had trouble with. Malik Scott, I believe, I'm sure they worked on it. Malik Scott seems to have a great boxing brain, a great boxing mind. I'm sure they worked on Deontay fighting backwards. I'm sure they worked on, like I said, we saw them mixing up the punches. And one thing's for sure, I think that I think Deontay's going to be in the best shape he's ever been in his entire career. The best shape he's ever been in his entire career. Previously, Malik Scott has peeked in on training camps, and he's noticed that in the past, Deontay left boxing at the gym when he's training for a fight. After that, it was on to his regular life, doing whatever else he was doing in his personal time. Now we like, man, Deontay eat, sleep, and shits boxing. And that's the mindset he needs to be in when you're going into a war like this. And again, Deontay's going into this fight trying to reclaim and become two-time heavyweight champion of the world. I looked at his physique. The brother looked like he added on pounds, but it looks good. And he's trying to, and I don't know, hopefully it doesn't slow down his reflexes. It doesn't slow down his quick twitch. He got that quick twitch. What we call it, I don't know, man. The dude, he got quick the way he can, not counter, but the way he can snap after he hurt somebody and come right back in and rush them like that, that quick twitch ability, I hope that isn't lost. But he looks great, and I think he's going to be in great shape to where he can go 12 rounds and he can deal with Tyson Fury leaning on him. That big 300-pound body leaning on him, I think he'll learn how to handle that, right? But I think that Malik Scott has improved on Deontay Wilder's punch placement. I believe he's improved on just the different punching combinations. Try to develop a sustained attack to the body with him. This is the thing too, right? People like, you can't teach a fighter how to train, a brawler how to box overnight. Yes, you can. You can. But I believe that if you can tweak some things, add some little wrinkles in there here and there, right? And then ingrain it in his head to become muscle memory. I think that can help him in his fight game. Truthfully, that's my opinion. I also believe that improving on some things that he does well and improving on that times two will definitely help Deontay Wilder greatly in this upcoming fight. Because Deontay, like again, he has the great punching power, but it's also like I think Malik is trying to get him to do different things in order to get the best out of that punching power, to where it's not just him swinging until he lands, right? Breaking the dude down, getting to the body to where he becomes weak here, and he's focusing on the shots coming to the body, and then he'll never see the one to the head coming. And the ones that you don't see are the ones those are the hardest punches in boxing. Every boxer can tell you, it's the punches you don't see coming that hurt the most, truthfully. And with Deontay Wilder's punching power already, if a dude don't see a punch coming from Deontay, it's night-night. It's good night, Irene. Tyson Fury saw the Deontay Wilder's punch coming in the first fight. In round 12, got careless and still got clipped and got hurt. Now, he got up and he fought back valiantly, but he still was hurt. You know what I mean? So, I think it's just Malik Scott's trying to hone different things in this game, man. Having them in peak condition to deal with that big old dude laying on you so you won't get fatigued so fast. You still have your wind under you to deliver some some really, really tough battering shots, personally. What else can I say from what we'll see from Deontay Wilder with Malik Scott, man? I think we just see a new dedicated Deontay Wilder, man. I think the brother is really, really focused on a keen level. Then I think that he should be focused in from this point going on in his career. He should always have this type of focus. He should always have this type of focus. And I know the criticism is going to be pass can't hit back. You don't know. It looked good in sparring. It looked good in training. But pass don't hit back. And that's true. Pass don't hit back. But I really, really believe that they getting in some good sparring work. And everybody that watches boxing knows that you fight how you spar. And I think Deontay is good. I really feel confident. I believe them when they said he's been looking great in sparring matches. And now, while none of those guys are Tyson Fury, as I mentioned before, dude 6'9", almost 300 pounds with that great head movement. None of them are those guys. But I think that he's probably showing great strides in his offensive game when it comes to like just opening up the arsenal, developing a much wider arsenal offensively. That's all Deontay Wilder needs. It's just, and again, he don't need to be Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to be Canelo Alvarez. He doesn't need to be Terrence Bud Crawford type guy like that. I just think he needs to add a few more wrinkles here and there, and I think that will be the difference for him. Again, the guy's punching power is tremendous. Tremendous. We've seen him lose rounds before and knock guys out instantly, right? One shot. Get dudes up out of there with one shot punch power. He has that without question. So the key is, you know, Tyson Fury fights completely different from joining the Kronk gym from what I saw. So Deontay's going to have to figure out how to counter that. And I think Malik Scott has him working on fighting, going backwards. He got him working, again, we see him working on the body shots and different combinations, working on proper punch placement, working on, working on just delivering a great jab to where it keeps him dangerous and keeps guys honest. Keeps guys honest, for real, because that's what you need with a guy like Tyson Fury, especially with him developing like this come forward style in the Kronk gym, like he bringing the fight to him, fighting like Tyson Fury was fighting like the bigger man in that second fight. The first fight, he wasn't. Ben Davis had him fighting a little different. You know what I mean? But I think that Deontay Wilder can win this third fight. I think he really can. I think he has a great chance of doing so. I think, this is the thing I really like from him joining Malik Scott. He seems to be more receptive of the information from when it's coming from Malik Scott, right? And maybe Mark Breland was telling them certain things, but I don't know if they were doing it forcefully. You can't give Deontay Wilder the option of, oh, you can do this if you want to, whatever. And I know the guy's paying you, but you got to be like, listen, man, we can't, we doing this. And I think Malik Scott is able to tell Deontay Wilder, hey, forget all the bullshit. This is what we doing. We coming in here, we doing this, we doing that today, we doing this today, we doing that today. He calling Deontay Wilder at 11 o'clock at night, 1 in the morning. Deontay Wilder is doing the same exact thing. He respects Malik Scott a lot, so where he's receptive of the information. And I think Malik is demanding things out of him that Mark Breland wasn't demanding out of him. You know what I mean? I think Mark Breland was suggesting those things, but Malik is demanding those things out of them. And true enough, Deontay's a grown man. He's a professional fighter. You shouldn't have to demand something out of a fighter. But sometimes, man, guys get in a different space, man. When they get certain type of bread, they get certain type of cake, or they just been winning with what they have already. You know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think maybe Deontay was just like, okay, they ain't making me do it. He giving me the option, so I'm going to just keep doing what I've been doing because it's been getting me the wins. When you take a loss, you're forced to change things. You're forced to look in the mirror and see, what can I do differently? What can I do better to be better the second time around to get a different income, right? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting to get a different result. When you're fighting a guy like Tyson Fury, I really think Tyson Fury is going to be the hardest. This is the hardest opponent I think he'll have in the heavyweight division. Just me being honest, right? I think he'll knock Dillian White out. I really still think that he can get AJ out of there, right? No disrespect to Anthony Joshua, a great champion, but I still think he can get AJ out of there. I just think Tyson Fury he's just a different type of opponent, a different type of boxer. There is no boxer in the heavyweight division that has the skill set of a Tyson Fury defensively and offensively. And I think that has been the trouble for Deontay. But yeah, man, I think that he's receptive of the lessons he's learning from Malik Scott, and now he'll take that going forward and widen this arsenal offensively to try to cause some great damage to Tyson Fury this third time around. The brother looks in great shape. Every time you see him and Malik Scott, they seem to be in sync with each other. And sometimes, man, like boxers and trainers need to have that relationship like that in order to get the best out of the fighter. Mark Breland and Deontay didn't seem to have, and I don't know, I wasn't there, but maybe they didn't seem to have the most close relationship the way Malik Scott and Deontay have it. But Malik Scott and Deontay Wilder seem to be synced in with each other. And now I think that you'll see some different strides in Deontay. Again, I'm not expecting him to look like Tyson Fury. I don't think or to look like Floyd Mayweather. I'm not expecting him to look like Terrence Crawford or Canelo or nothing like that. But I think you will see some things done differently that on the night of October 9th. I'm excited for the fight. Again, man, and I know people are going to say, oh, anybody can look good in sparring, but I'm impressed with the strides that I've seen Deontay Wilder take because he's doing things that I never saw him do before. And that's a great sign, man. It's just my opinion. Machiavelli Mills TV, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm still Bomb Squad. I'm riding with a brother, win, lose, or draw. I don't give a damn. But I'm saluting. I respect the man that took a loss, and he's trying to do something different. He's trying to change some things around and make adjustments to get the job done. And I think Malik Scott is a brilliant boxing mind, and he's trying to see things to get a different result. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Peace.